This episode of Spook Lips and Fat Hips is brought to you by Neti Pot. Hashtag not sponsored, but wish I was. I posted on my Instagram that I was dealing with a lot of sinus pressure in my ears from allergies, and that nothing was fixing it, and I was begging for help. And so many of you guys were like, try Neti Pot. So I went to Target, I bought one, and it is actually life-changing. It is the only thing that's ever given me relief for that. So, like I said, not sponsored, wish I was. Neti Pots, man. Awful to use, but the results are real. Hi guys, my name is Lacey of Spook Lips and Fat Hips, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Oh boy. Oh jeez. This is gonna be a long video. I can tell you that right now. Get comfortable. Get cozy, get a snack, get a couple snacks. This is gonna be long. Here we go. Around this time last year, I did a video called Buying Everything on My Wish List, which was essentially a birthday haul, in which I basically did exactly what I described and went crazy and bought everything that had been on my wish list at that time. I have done it again. I refer to it as my monster that cannot be stopped gene. Sometimes we call this the makeup goblin, as coined by J Kissa. Something about my birthday and the month of March, I just lose all sense of reality and all sense of financial stability, and I have gift cards coming in, my boyfriend's buying me stuff, I just am like, fuck it, it's my birthday, and I accumulate so much shit in the month of March every single year. Also, it's around that time where everyone's releasing their spring collections, so it's just a good time for makeup in general. That being said, I have a whole box of shit. Thumbnail, am I right? I have a whole box of shit to share with you guys. A lot of this is from Sephora, a lot of it is from various brands, a lot of it is from Ulta. I'm using the box as a prop. And I'm gonna go through it and share it all with you guys. This is basically everything I've accumulated recently. End of February, all throughout March, birthday gifts, used gift cards for it. Everything that I had been wanting, I lost all sense of self-control and have gotten. Before I get into the haul, I have to do a disclaimer. If you don't like disclaimers, if you're one of those people that don't think disclaimers is necessary, I will put a time stamp here. Go to this time and the makeup fun will begin. I do feel like I have to give a disclaimer with a haul like this. I have to. It would be irresponsible of me not to. I realize that right now a lot of people are on low buys and no buys, or just in general you have tight budgets. You can't spend the way that I've spent in this month. I don't want anyone to feel guilty because they can't shop like this. A lot of these things were gifts and I'm very grateful for that. I'm going to have some non-makeup things too. I realize that this isn't realistic, and I also realize that this could be triggering to someone who maybe is struggling to not shop so much or is struggling to control their spending, control their collection. If you think you're one of those people, if you think that this is going to make you want things that you don't need, please don't watch this. I won't take any offense to that. I don't want to set anyone back in their progress. Also, if you're gonna be a dick on my channel and be like, you don't need so much stuff, blah, blah, fuck off. Really, this is my life, this is my money, I work hard for it, I've done with it what I wanted to. I realize this is ridiculous, that's fine, I'm owning that. So I'm not here to make you feel guilty about what you want. I'm not here to trigger you into buying things when you shouldn't be. And I'm not here to feel guilty about any of the things I bought. So I hope that I can maintain that balance of this is what I did. It's cool. I'm very appreciative and thankful for all the things I have. Don't feel like you also need to have these things, and don't allow yourself to be pushed into or pressured into trying to obtain these things. I hope that is clear. I'm just doing this haul for fun. I want to share with you guys what I've gotten, see how you feel about it, see what you guys want me to feature on my channel. Some of this I did buy with AdSense, which I make through doing this, which I am so appreciative of. I can't believe that that's a thing that I get to say this year. I didn't have that last year. I have that this year, and I'm so appreciative of that. Like I said, a lot of these things were gifts. A lot of these things I bought with my own money because I worked very fucking hard. That's where we're at. So all that disclaimer aside, let's get into the fun stuff. I'm sorry if I'm looking at myself. I think I'm adorable. Let's get into the haul, shall we? Okay. Where do we begin? I think, I will start with the little things, save the palettes for the end because you all know I'm an eyeshadow palette loving bitch. And I also have some non-makeup things that I think will be fun to talk about. I got some really awesome birthday gifts, some really thoughtful birthday gifts. I also just bought a lot of fun stuff for myself that was not makeup related because you guys know I've been on a self-care kick. So there's going to be all kinds of stuff happening. Some things that Matt got me for my birthday. My loving, caring, amazing boyfriend Matt got me some really cool stuff for my birthday. Some stuff that I might not have bought myself, and I'm always so appreciative of the stuff he gets for me because he works so hard. That was another thing I forgot to put my disclaimer, is that I didn't go broke accumulating this. Matt didn't go broke accumulating this. Like, that we're all fine. We're financially secure. So keep that in mind. But some things that Matt got me to start off with. He got me 2 pieces from the Smashbox X Thehoodwitch Crystalized collection. First of all, because we all know that I keep highlighters everywhere, including under the floorboards, I got the highlighter, the crystallized highlighter that everyone was kind of losing their minds about. It is very reminiscent of, I forget what her name was, the artist they collabed with those rose highlighters. I apologize. But it's this beautiful crystally prismatic highlighter with this beautiful packaging that I'm being straight up honest and saying that I wouldn't have wanted if it wasn't for this packaging. But the aesthetic of this I love so much. This is a pretty duochrome highlighter, but I do like those other Smashbox kind of chunky highlighters in the same style. I find it to be more subtle than what I would like, but I can build it up and get it to be blinding. I'm gonna be straight up honest, and just the whole aesthetic of this collection really reeled me in. I'm not even gonna lie to you about it. I also controlled myself and only picked out one of the lip glosses. I easily would have gotten all 3. I got just one. I got one that I felt like was actually relatively unique to my collection. This is the shade Ya Heal Me. That's a little obnoxious, but I love it. This is like a purpley duochrome, like a purpley blue duochrome. Really nice. I really like this. I think both of these items are super fun. Are they incredibly revolutionary? No. But are they aesthetically pleasing? Absolutely. One more look at this beautiful packaging. I mean, so fucking pretty. Makeup wipes are ready because we are going to be swatching a lot of shit in this video. The other things that Matt got me for my birthday, we ended up actually pretty much going on vacation for my birthday and apartment hunted for my birthday, and we ate a lot of food and we drank a lot of drinks, and that was the majority of my gift from Matt, and we ended up finding an apartment. I talked to you guys about this in a Get Right With Me, so that was the bulk of it. But he also did give me a few things here or there, and that includes some highlighters that I've always fucking wanted but never bought myself. I bought a lot of these highlighters, but not these specific 4. Matt bought me 4 Fenty highlighters. The Fenty Killawatt highlighters. He got me the 2 new ones in Wattabrat and Chillz, but he also got me 2 that I had wanted for so long and just never could pull the trigger on. He got me Trophy Wife and Diamond Ball Out, which these are all relatively unwearable shades, but I've been having so much fun with these. Let me show them to you guys. I've really been good about keeping packaging for this video because I think it aesthetically looks better when I hold up the packaging and then unbox it with you guys. Let me know if that is something you also find fun. If not, I will not do this to myself anymore and just recycle things. Let's start off with Trophy Wife and its sister shade, Diamond Ball Out. So Trophy Wife is the shade that everyone lost their shit about when Fenty first released. It is the very yellowy gold highlighter, and then for Rihanna's charity, the Clara Lionel Foundation, they released the shade Diamond Ball Out, which is a true silver. I had wanted these so badly for so long because I think the Killawatt formula is so amazing. It is so blinding. These make fantastic eyeshadows, but they're also fantastic highlighters. And I love wearing unwearable shades like this, and I will tell you how I do it. The trick for wearing something like Trophy Wife or anything else when you don't necessarily have a skin tone that this would work for is to get a highlighter shade, affordable, whatever, so just something you really love in a formula that works for you, that is as close to your skin tone as humanly possible. And then you can play around with layering these more fun colors on the high points of your cheeks or your forehead or in your inner corners or what have you, and you can sheer it out really nicely that way when you mix it with a formula you like in a color that's basically your skin tone, and therefore it becomes really wearable because this is ridiculous. This literally looks like I rubbed graphite on myself, but I've really been able to sheer it out nicely and have a cool effect that way with a more unwearable color. Also, you could just wear them on the eyes. You can have fun with them. You can layer them over lipstick. I've seen some really beautiful things done with the Fenty highlighters. But I know, especially with Trophy Wife, I've been wearing it with another highlighter I'm going to show you. And I've had a lot of people be like, what is that? That looks great. So don't be afraid of like fun colored highlighters. There's ways to make them work. I also, like I said, have the two newest ones, Chillz and Wattabrat. These are also so fucking fun. A beautiful frosty pink and blue that I will share with you guys. I love this formula so much. These I think are way more wearable than they seem in the pan because they have like a nice translucent base, if that makes sense. So you really just get the effect of the blue glimmer or the pink glimmer. So these I feel like are way less scary than they seem in the pan. I'm kind of building up this pink one because like I said, it's not as intense as it seems like it might be. They sheer out beautifully. You can layer them the way I described, or this pink one makes a really beautiful blush topper. They're not as intense as these two, but they're so fun. Such a great formula. I really am such like a Fenty highlighter stan. I have the holiday palette. I have so many of the split pans. I have all of the like fun colorful ones. I have so much fun with the Fenty highlighters. Two other highlighters I've been having so much fun with though. You knew I was going to get a lot of highlighters. Not forever ago, when this launched, I don't know how long ago that was, the Lorac Light Source Mega Beam Highlighter. When this launched, when I saw this on the Ulta website, I knew that I had to have this because I like the regular Lorac Light Source highlighters, and this claimed to be a much more metallic version of that highlighter. So I just knew I was going to love it, and I have not been disappointed. This shade, this is the lightest shade they have, Celestial. It's like an exact color dupe for the ABH Amrezy highlighter, and I find it to be so flattering on my skin tone. It's probably like a hint not light enough, if that makes sense. Like I can see how people with my skin tone might want it to be a little bit lighter, but I think it blends out beautifully, and it goes with every kind of warm look I could ever want. Whenever I have a blush that has a gold kind of sheen to it, it complements those kinds of blushes so well. And then I also got the Light Source Mega Beam Highlighter in Gilded Lily, which is their medium tone highlighter, because I saw Raw Beauty Christy use this color and it looked super frosty on her. It does not look frosty on me, so I imagine she has a more light to medium skin tone than me, because this definitely looked lighter on her. It is a bit... that one's rough to get away with on my own. But mixing these two together, oh my god, because mixing these two together makes such a flattering highlight for my skin tone. So I've been having a lot of fun doing that. I wonder if I could get a swatch mixing them both together and show you guys what I mean. So those are the two separate, and then this is kind of the hybrid shade. It looks more like wet and natural when I mix them together, but either way they're just so effing beautiful. This is such a high gloss, high shine finish. Every time I wear this highlighter, everyone asks me what it is. I've literally, every time at work, people are like, what highlighter is that? It's always the same highlighter. I'm always like, it's still that Lorac highlighter because it's so good. I can't believe Lorac came out with a highlighter this blinding. I don't know why everyone else is not losing their minds about this. Just grabbing and going. Something else that I got from Ulta with like a gift card. I had mentioned my love for the facial sprays in my last favorites video. I picked up the bigger bottle of the Mario Badescu facial spray with aloe, sage, and orange blossom because this one I think is my favorite. I really like the lilac one, but I think I like this one more. I don't know. It's just so nice. I have like the little size of this, the $5 size that I've been keeping in my pocket and using throughout work. This is so good though. I don't know what it is about this product. I know there's shit in it that's not great. The estheticians at my job are always like, don't use this, but I can't help it. I love it so much because it really just keeps your skin looking alive. I'm gonna use some right now. I don't give a shit. It just refreshes my makeup. And also I like it as skincare prep as well. I like it over makeup and I like it by itself because I feel like if you wet your face with this and then put your skincare, I feel like it helps to absorb the skincare better. I just like it. I always want to have these in my skincare routine. They're so affordable, they're so nice, they're so luxurious, and it's nice when you're at work and you're stressed out about people to take your little travel size of this out of your pocket and refresh yourself and calm yourself down. That's been working for me. Something else skincare related that the estheticians at my job had very mixed reviews about. For anyone who doesn't know, I've mentioned this a lot. I work at a spa and it's a whole lot of fun and it's been really awesome to get professional skincare opinion whenever I need it. But my best friend gave me an Ulta gift card for my birthday and I used it to buy a Microneedle roller. This is from the brand ORA. It is their Microneedle face roller system. And when I had talked about this at work to my esthetician friends, I got very mixed responses. One of my friends promptly gave me a lecture about how dangerous this was and if I used it wrong it can cause a whole lot of problems and that I shouldn't have got it. Another one of my esthetician friends basically was like, oh yeah, those things are great, they help scarring, hyperpigmentation, they help to boost collagen production, can help with fine lines. And then my boss was like, it's probably not going to do anything. So I got 3 very conflicting pieces of information. I have used it already, so I'm going to talk to you guys about it. So basically what this is, it is a face roller, I don't know how well you can see, that is covered in tons and tons and tons of super small needles. It's not very long because you're not penetrating so far into your skin. So you run this along your face and it causes tons and tons and tons of tiny little injuries to your skin basically. It doesn't go very far, like I said, it's not there, the needles aren't that long. And what that is supposed to do is it's supposed to help skincare penetrate deeper into the skin and also help with all of those things I mentioned before, helping to heal scarring, hyperpigmentation, help with collagen production, it's supposed to help increase blood flow to your skin, help your skin look more firm, because you are basically irritating your skin and your skin is then responding by sending agents to help deal with those irritations, right? Makes sense. I've used it once. You sanitize it with alcohol and then you use it and then you do your skincare. I will say the next day my skin looked fucking fierce. If I can be very honest with you guys. I woke up in the morning, first of all, as I'm doing it, I'm like, this doesn't feel like anything. And then afterwards I was like, oh God, because it really just felt like I had scraped my face. I looked fine though. I wasn't bleeding or anything crazy like that. Because if you Google like micro needle treatments in like estheticians' offices, there's some really fucking intense ones out there where you're like bleeding and awful by the end. This is a very simple, light, basic version of what you can do in an esthetician's chair or in a dermatologist's office. So it did kind of suck afterwards. The next day though, I woke up and I looked in the mirror and my skin looked amazing. It looked so firm, it looked so plump, it looked so fresh. I don't think this is even a once a week thing for me. I think this is more like a once a month treatment because it's kind of intense. But interesting. I'm interested to see how this continues for me. The process of using this. I actually had a skincare video for you guys and I ended up just deleting it because I had changed my skincare routine so much even since filming that video. I will get back to you with a more updated one soon. Some fun drugstore purchases that I've made recently. I got some of the lip products from the Wet n Wild Rebel Rose collection. I got the liquid lipsticks and the high shine liquid catsuits and the matte liquid catsuits. These are all very pretty, very lacy shades. I wasn't really interested in anything else from this collection because the skincare I felt like didn't have the best ingredients in it. The eyeshadows were not my thing. I wasn't going to use the blush. The brushes, I know I would just put on my vanity and never touch. But I was very intrigued by these lip colors because I really like Wet n Wild's lip formula. And it was a good price. This is the shade Kiss of Death, which is a nice vampy red. Super pretty. Then the other liquid lipstick, Deviate Damsel, is a beautiful gothy darkened purple. I really like this shade. I don't really actually think I have a purple like this in my collection. Super cute. And then this is the first time I've tried the high shine lipsticks. I have the shade Petal Poison, which is like a cool tone nudie pink. I don't think I would normally pick something out like this for myself, but I, again, really liked the undertone of this one. And then finally the shade Bud Romance, another purpley cool tone. I really liked the color choices for these lip products. I think it was really cute. The whole collection was definitely cute. The lipsticks were the only things that I was really into. I did get this though to kind of go with those lipsticks because I thought this seemed very cute, and I have had good luck with this kind of thing in the past. This is very blinding. This is the Sleek Makeup Highlighting Palette in Love Shock, which I haven't heard anybody talk about, but it's all these really pretty like romantic tones in the kind of baked formula that I typically really love. That one Sleek formula, or that one Sleek palette rather, that's like this format that everyone loses their minds over. I think it's the Solstice palette. I have that and I love it. I think it's great. This I don't think I could actually use as highlights unless I mix it with a lighter highlighter like I referenced earlier. But all of these shades are so fun and pretty. I think actually they're going to make really beautiful blush toppers because I like a glowy blush. The one lightest pink I definitely can use as a highlighter. Aren't these so pretty? To use as blush toppers, to mix with other highlighters, to put in your inner corner, to put in your lids even. I just find these to be so fun and so romantic, and I thought they went with the Wet n Wild lipsticks really nicely. So this was a fun little thing that I grabbed. And then, of course, as a surprise to no one, I have grabbed so much Colourpop stuff in the last like 1 to 2 months. I have been joking at my job that I have a Colourpop order in the world at any given moment, and that is 100% true. So something I grabbed a while ago at this point is the It's My Pleasure palette from Colourpop, which is their all purple palette. I have done a lot of damage with this palette. I don't know if you can see, I've really gone into that shade. This is such a stunning palette. This works so well for me. The colors are so good. I think this was so well thought out. Great job to Colourpop. I'm so excited to see where they go on their like single color story 9-pan series because I think it's going to work well for them. And you know, I also had to get the Just My Luck palette. I actually was sitting in my Airbnb when this came out and I immediately didn't even think twice. I just bought it. This also has been so fun. I am someone who was very upset that I missed out on the Melt Smoke Sessions palette. This cures that for me. I'm good because this is what I wanted the Smoke Sessions palette to be for me. It has such good mattes, such good shimmers. There's such a good variety of green tones. I think it's so beautiful, so well thought out. And for green shades, same with the purples. I apologize if all of my recent videos you can hear a Tamagotchi screaming. My Tamagotchi does not have a volume on it, so I just have to deal. Both purples and greens are typically shadows that can need a little TLC when you're blending them out. They can be a little tricky. I find both of these palettes to blend like a dream, but especially this green palette I think is so effortless, so pretty. You can get such an intense green look. It's not just like a hint of green, it's fucking green. They went for it. This looks like a brown, but it's just like a brownish tone green. It's so amazing. I've had so much fun with this palette. I love it so much. I can't talk to you guys enough about how fucking good this palette is. It's so good. I also, weirdly enough, got the Sweet Talk palette, which was from their spring collection, even though they've released 100 collections in like a 2-month process. This one I got, the packaging, stunning. This is such pretty packaging for Colourpop. I got this palette. It's a little pink, a little one tone for me, as I talk about how I love how these are one tone. This is very simple for a lacy, but I wanted to get it because I was very interested in trying the 2 new formulas they included. They included a Super Shock shadow, which doesn't need to be airtight, which is fascinating to me because my makeup addiction, if you did not know, started with the original Super Shock shadows. I love those so much, but you do have to keep them so perfectly airtight or else you lose them very easily. So to have one that you don't need to keep like that, fascinating to me. And also they included pressed glitters, which I'm not really a pressed glitter fan, but I just thought, I like peaches. This is very cute. It's affordable enough. I'll try it. I've been having a lot of fun with this palette, but I've been having fun with this palette because I've been pairing it with a shit ton of the Jelly Much eyeshadows. I'm not going to talk about the Jelly Much shadows here. I think I'm going to talk about that in a whole separate video because I have so many thoughts about that formula. But those two have been really fun for me. I think the colors they came out with in the Jelly shadows with this collection pair really well with this palette. So that's how I've been having the most fun with it. To use this as a standalone palette is a little too simple for my taste, but it is still very pretty. I don't know how I feel about the glitters. I'm not even going to swatch it because I'm not going to go there. But the Super Shock is nice and fun. It's just, it's very sheer, but it's very pretty. I don't know. I'm interested to see if they can do more with the Super Shocks in the palette. I am trying a few of their colored mascaras as well. Very on trend, these colored mascaras. I've been loving to do... I'm gonna have to, like I said, do a whole video about the Jelly Much eyeshadows because they're so fucking good. I've been having so much fun with them. But I've been loving to do a monotone look with the jelly shadows and then do these like colored mascaras on the bottom. It's such a good wand shape. It's a very good formula. It's very opaque. You don't need to coat your lashes a lot to get these colors to show up. That was the red one. I'll show you guys the yellow and the blue one. I just got like my basic primary colors. Yellow. And then the blue, which is so stunning. I didn't want to get all of the colors because you're supposed to toss mascaras after a couple months. I wanted to see how often I use these 3 colors before I invested in like the whole collection, because that seems like a very lacy thing to do, and in fact it is, and you will see why I said that in a second. But I'm just starting out with the 3 color mascaras. It's been really fun to put this on the bottom lashes, like I said, because I'm someone who does black eyeliner every day, black mascara every day, so it's nice to do a little something to get me out of my comfort zone. These are cute and fun. However, like I just said, I am fully a monster that can't be stopped, and what I'm about to show you is probably the most ashamed of anything in this whole video that I am. I acquired all of the So Juicy lip glosses as well as the pencil box of lip liners. I bought this box of lip pencils for myself because I am not someone that has a lot of lip liners, and I thought they would go well with lip glosses because I'm super into lip glosses lately. And I had a coupon for like 20% off, and it made this box really worth the price for me. Do I need all of these pencils? Do you need all of these pencils? Does anybody need all these pencils? No. But this is so fun for me. I think this is a really great formula because you can kind of do like the outer edge of your lips, and then I have found that I can even with my finger smudge it over my entire lip, and I get a really good color that way, and then the gloss layers really beautifully over the lip pencils doing that. And I'm not even gonna lie, this box is so cute and so fun. The story with the lip glosses though, when this launched, I grabbed a couple of the lip glosses. I got some of like the more darker brownie, like grungier ones. I got, this is the color, is a Habit. Beechwood is one of my absolute favorites. It is a lovely brown. I also, of course, got the clear one. I feel like that's a staple. And I got like a few others, and I literally love them so much that Matt helped me get the rest of them. And now I own all 20 because This is such a good fucking formula. I wear these almost every day. I have them in my purse at any given moment. I bring them to work. I think they're so good. Gonna grab Beechwood because that one's my favorite. The thing that I love about these is that they're so sticky in a way that's not stringy, and I love that so much. And I don't find them to hurt because they're a plumping lip gloss. They're more tingly and minty, but in a way that's like refreshing, and it just looks so high shine and so good and so sexy. And I think because I'm already a fan of the size and shape of my lips, it just helps like emphasize that. Normally I would not want a lip product this intense. I would not want, you know, an orange lip color, but they're so sheer enough that it just kind of gives you a kiss of that color, and it helps like tie together your eye look or your blush or your outfit. Like, it's so cute and so fun, and I love these so much. I didn't have anything like these. I'm such a sucker for the very like 90s / early millennium tube, because you do get that really satisfying slant of the lip gloss. I have no hands left. You get the very satisfying applicator. It's just so nice. They're so nice. I've gotten like everyone at my job hooked on these because they're so fun. If you want me to do a lip swatch video, I feel like it's old news by now, but I really want to get into lip swatch videos. Let me know how you feel about that. Some more lip products that I'm keeping in this bag that my friend Jenna made me. Thank you, Jenna. I didn't buy these. I was lucky enough to win these, question mark. I'm lip product out now. I went from having no glossy or shiny lips to having enough to last me a lifetime. I want to dupe that giveaway for the CoverGirl Melting Pout Vinyl Vow lipsticks. I just happened to comment on the contest. I normally don't bother with contests because I don't have good luck, but I somehow won. And I'm very fucking grateful. I think this is probably the only time ever that that CoverGirl will send me a PR package of everything in a line. But like I said, CoverGirl and Dupe That sent me the entire collection. Like, I'm literally just grabbing handfuls of lipsticks. This is a very interesting formula because it's very almost silicone-y. I'm gonna swatch the blue one because I know that on my Instagram that was the one that everyone was excited about. This is the shade Below Jack. This is a very interesting formula because it's super slippery. It's very similar to that liquid, to the liquid catsuit high shine from Wet n Wild that I talked about earlier. Super shiny, super slippery. I do feel like these are best worn over like a lip liner or a lipstick, but very interesting. I haven't really played with them enough to give you a final opinion. Again, if you want a lip swatch video, let me know, because I really just want to get into doing lip swatch videos. I think they're fun. I personally love watching lip swatch videos. Let me know if that is something that you care about. Jumping back to some more drugstore products that I've bought recently before I get into the palettes, because that is like the final hurrah for me, is the eyeshadow palettes. I did pick up two things from the J Kissa and E.L.F collab. I got the eyeshadow palette and I got the eyeliner. The eyeliner, much like the Colourpop mascaras, is a way for me to get out of my comfort zone. I want to experiment with putting colored liner on the bottom lash line. This is a really fun blue. I've played with navy blue eyeliners in the past that just almost look black because they're so dark. This maintains enough blueness that I really think it's gonna pop. I haven't worn on the eyes yet because it's been in this box waiting for this video, but it's really pretty and it feels nice and smooth, so I'm excited to play with that. But what I'm really excited about is this palette. First of all, I love that there's flash tattoos all on the sides. I think the packaging is very Jkissa. I think the collab itself with an affordable cruelty-free brand is very Jkissa. But I also think these colors are very Jkissa. I have been a fan of hers for a while. I really think that she's someone who has helped me get into colorful makeup. Her and like my small influencer squad that I have here. I don't think I'd be as comfortable with color or color theory or matching color if it wasn't for J Kissa. I love her channel. I love her passion for cruelty-free makeup and for animals and for just makeup in general. I think she is an influencer that we should be celebrating on YouTube. And I thought this little eyeshadow collection was so her. I was hesitant to buy this because I've had shitty luck with E.L.F. eyeshadows. I have decluttered every E.L.F. eyeshadow palette that I've ever gotten because the quality is just not that good, and not even like drugstore, so it's not that great. There are some amazing eyeshadow formulas out there for a really affordable cost. Colourpop, like I mentioned earlier, BH Cosmetics, like there are some great products out there for a good price. E.L.F. has never been one of those companies for me, but I can tell right away that this formula is different. I really can. Just from first swatch, I can tell that this is different. I'm going to actually just real quickly swatch the entire palette so you guys can see what I'm saying. I hope you guys can see what I'm talking about in these swatches because I feel like these are kind of tricky colors, but they build up really beautifully. I was playing with them over just like some eyeshadow primer on my hand. I don't have primer on my hand right now, but they were blending out really nicely. I haven't used them on the eyes yet because I've been waiting for a day where I don't have to rush to get to work and I can really take my time with my eyeshadow. But I just feel like I feel like E.L.F. must have done something different. I really do. I will say though, I'm noticing just from swatching them that I'm starting to get hard pan on the shadows. That I don't like, but I can take care of that with some tape. Not a big deal. I don't know. I'll play with this and get back to you guys. I'm excited for it. I think it's a really good collab that makes a lot of sense for the influencer. Since that's an eyeshadow palette, I'm just going to go into all the other eyeshadow palettes that I've gotten. I've been talking about this on Instagram. This is the Come As You Are eyeshadow palette from Karity Cosmetics. This is the first eyeshadow palette from Karity that I've ever tried. This is a very lacy, grungy color story. I kind of was on the fence about whether or not I was going to buy this because I had never tried the brand before, but I figured fuck it, I'll give it a shot. Right away though, I saved this little insert that comes with the palette. It says this palette helped feed an animal in need. As a 100% cruelty-free brand, we have a big soft spot in our hearts for animals. For every palette we sell, we donate to our local SPCA through our Palettes for Paws initiative, hashtag Palettes for Paws. I thought that was really cool, so I saved a little insert so I can share that with you guys. I love the name of this palette. I love Come As You Are. It's obviously referencing the Nirvana song, grunge, the 90s. I think it's really cute. The little alien, super cute, super 90s. Really interesting colors. I will say, if you follow me on Instagram, I didn't have the best time with this when I first tried it. I really was actually mad that I had purchased this the first time that I used it because I just couldn't get the shadows to be pigmented for me. But upon playing with it more, upon using eye primer and like taking my time with it using different brushes, I really have created beautiful looks with this. So I don't really have a final opinion for you guys. If you want me to do a dedicated review, I can definitely do that. But I don't know, not the best quality for sure. Not the most. The problem is it's not very pigmented. That's the problem. It's not that it doesn't blend well. It's just that these shadows lack a lot of pigment for me. Playing with more of different techniques and primers though, I've gotten it to work and be very beautiful. So I don't know, I'm still very on the fence about this. I feel like I had heard the Taylor talk about these and compare these to MAC shadows, this brand to MAC shadows. I could be making that up. That could be a fever dream. I don't know. I'll let you guys know more about this. Grabbing another palette, the Orb of Light Full Moon palette from Black Moon Cosmetics. Black Moon came to Ulta and everybody was like, oh my god, Lacey, what do you think about this? And I thought, fuck yeah. This is a palette that I had teetered with wanting for a long time, but I just felt like it was too expensive for what it was and that I probably wouldn't reach for it enough to justify the price. Ulta then sent me a $10 off anything coupon for my birthday month, so I used it to get this palette. I agreed with the price a lot more when it was $10 cheaper. I'm eating my thoughts and words because I absolutely love this palette. I know that this is going to be a staple in my collection from here on out because these are matte shadows that I reach for constantly. I've used this palette so much since I got it. This big base shade that's supposed to be like a lid setting shade is actually like the perfect transition shade for me because it's just deeper than my skin tone that it really sets up the look for everything I do. These all blend so nicely and so beautifully. This mustard shade has been a holy grail shadow for me. I use it constantly. I've been using this palette constantly with my Jelly Much shadows. Stunning. I fucking love this palette. This is such a good staple matte palette for me. This definitely has just completely replaced my Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, because that was like my go-to matte palette and then I hadn't really been reaching for it. This is what that palette was for me. I love this so much. I'm so glad I finally got it. I'm really interested to try their liquid lipsticks soon. I hope that's the next purchase I make from Black Moon. I also got the Colorrain Safari Rain palette. I didn't think when I first saw this that I would get this, and then I saw like swatches of it and looks with it, and then I was like, okay, I'm sold. Because this is also kind of an expensive palette, but Colorrain's quality is so worth the price to me. I've never been disappointed by a Colorrain eyeshadow. This is so pretty. I know a lot of people were comparing this to the Tribe palette from Juvia's Place. I do find those palettes to be relatively different. I talked about doing a video comparing the two on my Instagram. If that is something you would like from me, please let me know. I'm very open for video ideas right now. But I just think this is so pretty. The metallic shades, I'm going to have to swatch them because I just can't talk about them. The metallic shades are so fucking ridiculous in this palette. They're like liquid metal on your eyes. I don't know how they do this. It's so impressive. It's so shockingly pretty. I've done a terrible job swatching them. But this is where we're at right now. Do you see that? Do you see this one? Oh my god. The only problem is, for me, I wish that there was one less shimmer and one more matte. I wish there was like a light yellow matte. I think that would really tie all of these together. But I have my Black Moon palette to do whatever I need it to do. So I've been having a lot of fun with this palette. It's so fucking beautiful. Another super hyped thing, the Riviera palette from Anastasia, which I have already gotten dirty. They need to stop making fabric fucking packaging. The Riviera palette, which I actually had posted on my Instagram that mine arrived to me broken, and I went ahead and repressed the shadows, not thinking that ABH would care or send me a new one. And then they sent me a brand new one. So I'm very grateful for their customer service. Thank you, Anastasia. I haven't actually like really sat down and played with this. I've dug into a couple of the shades, but I haven't done a full look using just this palette yet. I will say I do think the formula of this is basically exactly Subculture's formula. And I said on Instagram that the hate against Subculture was so unjustified for that reason, because everyone's losing their minds over the Riviera palette and everyone hated Subculture. I do think that's flipping though, and I think more and more people are starting to fall in love with Subculture, because like a lot of you guys have brought it to my attention on like Instagram. A lot of people feel like we're just used to pigments now and we're used to using them and the techniques to use them now. So I think a lot of people feel like that's why the hate is lessening. I definitely agree with that. This is a pretty palette. Would I have bought this if it wasn't an Anastasia palette though? Gonna be 100% honest and say no. Like if this was a Too Faced palette with this color scheme, I definitely would have passed. But because I'm so loyal to the ABH formula, it's so reliable to me, it just works seamlessly every time for me, I had to get this. I will let you know what I feel about this. Again, if you want a review on this, if you want me to compare this to other colorful palettes in my collection, definitely let me know. I'm open to any kind of review, comparison, anything you want from me. And then finally for makeup, I don't know what this bundle is called. These Pinky Rose Cosmetic palettes. What are they called? I know what the individual palettes are called. This little bundle is called something, but I don't know what it's called. The Obsessed palette, the 80s Baby palette, and the Exotic Peacock palette. I had one of these for a long time, never pulled the trigger, and then during my birthday month, I figured, fuck it, I might as well, because that's, like I said, the mentality I have throughout all of March. Gonna start with what is the least exciting palette to me in this trio, the Obsessed palette. From what I understand, Pinky Rose is owned by 3 sisters and they each designed their own perfect palette, so I don't want to shit on any one color story. This is just, for me, my least favorite because I don't feel like I need this in my collection. This is the Obsessed palette, and it's kind of just like a good rainbow palette. I will say I really like some of the choices in this palette though. I like some of these deep and some of these like pastel-y shades. I also think that this pairs well with the other two palettes in the trio. It's kind of just a standard rainbow palette though. I have yet to do a look with just this palette. I've just used this as an accent to the other palettes, but it's been really nice. I really like the quality of these shadows. I think they work really beautifully. Next, the 80s Baby palette, which is a kind of more purpley tone palette. I think the pairing of the yellows and the kind of more reddish tones with these purples was a really smart choice. This does read very 80s themed to me. I've been having a lot of fun with these purples. Again, I think this is so beautiful. I think this is such a good formula. The Exotic Peacock palette though, man, this is the winner because this is so unique. I don't have a color story like this. I think with what we've been seeing now with the Jeffree Star palette that's coming out and the Tarte April Fool's crap, I think this is very on trend right now because it's a lot of blues, but it's also paired with some greens and some purples in a way that makes it very fun. I love this. This is so unique and so good. This yellowy kind of chartreuse shade, I don't know if you can see, I've made a really good dent in it already because it's such a good matte and it's such a fun color. I've been having so much fun with these. I'm gonna repeat myself one more time. If you guys want a video of me talking about these three palettes in its entirety or comparing it to other things in my collection or just doing a standalone review for these, please let me know. Okay, so some non-makeup things that I've either been gifted for my birthday or accumulated for my whole like self-care journey thing that I've been on. We're gonna talk about that stuff now. First, just talking about the thing that keeps screaming in all of my videos. My best friend got me a Gudetama Tamagotchi. This thing is so fun and so cute. I will say I've already accidentally killed it and had to restart it and try again. The thing with this one is, if you don't know, Gudetama is a Sanrio character. He's a lazy egg, a depressed egg. This Tamagotchi doesn't die, it gets eaten. And it's kind of traumatizing when it happens. But it does have a reset button, so I was able to start again, and actually my problem was I didn't put him on a schedule that matched my schedule. I set the time for the actual time when I needed to set it like 3 hours behind actual time because I'm such a night owl. But we're doing good. We're thriving. Can you guys see him? Can you see his little butt? We're doing good. Me and Gudetama. Something else I got for my birthday, which is very heavy and very huge. My brother got me a heated blanket, which is something that I didn't know that I needed until I had it. This is from the brand Sunbeam. This is so intense. This is a heated blanket, which is something I've never had before, never thought to have before. It is queen size. It is gigantic. I'm destroying everything with this blanket right now because it's so heavy. But the coziness of this blanket, top notch. You plug this in, you turn it on, you can turn on one half at a time. It's queen size, so each person on a bed can have their choice of heat preference. It is so cozy. The other day, my best friend was over and we were watching Pen 15 on Hulu while underneath this cozy blanket because it's gigantic. It is so comfortable. It is so soothing. I know it's about to get warmer out, but I don't care because it's been really cold at night still, so this has been lovely. It's also been good, I've found, for menstrual cramps. It's been very comforting during that time of the month. So soothing and awesome. Great gift that I didn't know I needed, but I'm so excited I fucking have now. Oh my god. In the realm of self-care, this is something, it only takes one. It only takes one suggestion for me to do the thing. This is something that one of you guys suggested that I try out. This is an Acupressure mat, and there's a matching pillow with this. So I'm gonna just hold the mat up. This is from ProSource. It was like the cheapest one that I could get on Amazon. What this is basically like a yoga mat, and it's covered in a ton of spikes. I'm going to try to get you guys to see how actually sharp and pointy these are. I actually sliced my finger on this the other day because I went to move it real fast and wasn't paying attention. That's how sharp it is. So let me tell you about this Acupressure mat. So the way that this is supposed to work is you lie on it with your bare skin. You're not supposed to have a top on. And all of these points sink into the acupressure points of your muscles to help release pain and create relaxation and help you sleep better, help your mood, etc. It feels like lying on Legos, spiky Legos. It sucks, but then it is fantastic. I can't do it for long periods of time. I can only do it for little spurts of time. You can also just step on it, which feels exactly like stepping on Legos, but then all of the pain of like your feet from like a long day at work kind of just melts away. It's crazy. I am getting more comfortable laying on this. Very interesting. Thank you to the person who suggested this to me. This is not something that I probably would have tried before, but I do have a lot of back pain because my mattress sucks. We are getting a new one soon for our new apartment, but for now, this has been helping me deal with the current shitty mattress that we have. It's been really good for post-work pain. Interesting. Really fucking interesting. I've tried to find like any kind of scientific evidence to back up the use of this, right? Because even when I'm lying in bed just like watching YouTube, it's really nice to put this like on my neck and back, even with like my top still on, and I feel like it does something. I was asking around at work if this was a real thing to like professional massage therapists, asking them what they thought. A lot of them backed up and said this was definitely a legit thing. One of the estheticians at my job was saying that they know how to do an acupressure facial, that's a real thing. Also, I've been like trying to find scientific research on the internet. It's very mixed from what I understand. A lot of scientists are saying like, yeah, it totally helps. A lot of others are saying that the needles are too random and not specific enough for it to be like true acupressure like the way acupuncture is. Some scientists were saying that it's the pain tricking your body into forgetting about like your other pain in a way that's actually a little triggering to me when I think about it that way. It's like, you know what I mean? Like it's the endorphins running from putting yourself in pain that's making you feel better. Whatever the case may be, I find this to be interesting and helpful, and I'm going to use it more often. Another very thoughtful gift from my friend Danny, who I've talked about before. She's the one that I got the vintage mask from, the Halloween mask. I will link her shop down below. I cannot believe Danny gave me this. This is a relic. Because she knows that I love old religious stuff. I don't know why I do. I just do. This is a crucifix made from the door and stairway of Mission San Gabriel in California, which was established in 1771 in the San Gabriel Valley, 9 miles east of Las Vegas. I couldn't believe that she gave me this. This is so special and so beautiful. I want to find a way, because I'm worried that it's already getting damaged and I don't want to, it's so beautiful. I want to see if I can just put a frame around it, maybe not so much the glass, but just put the perimeter in a frame just to keep it safe. I'm so excited for this. This is so beautiful. Thank you, Danny. Once again, if you're into like the weird, curious, kind of antique-y things that I'm into, I'm linking her Instagram and her shop down below. She has such a good eye for this stuff. You've got to check her out. This was such a thoughtful and beautiful gift from her collection. Thank you, Danny, again. More birthday gifts from my bestie, Anthony. Who gave me the Tamagotchi and the Ulta gift card that I used to buy the needle roller. He also gave me the Elder Scrolls official cookbook. Oh my god, I'm so excited for this. So, one of the things that I'm most excited about is to have my own kitchen and my own home. And I'm excited to cook because I love to cook. And he gave me this cookbook because I am an obnoxious Skyrim fan. I love Skyrim so much. I've literally almost failed out of college when it was first released because I just couldn't stop playing it. I want to play it as soon as I'm done filming and editing tonight. This is the official cookbook, recipes from Skyrim, Morrowind, and across Tamriel. So it's not just Skyrim. It is such a beautiful book. So it opens up with a beautiful map of the regions. There are beautiful photos throughout this whole book. We got all of our different sections. We got main courses, baked goods, desserts, drinks. We know I love a good beverage. The introduction is so interesting. It talks about like recipes being like stories that get passed around and changed depending on what you have access to. It talks about what the ingredients you're supposed to use, like mammoth trunks and what you can use to swap them out. It talks about all of the different races in the game and how their cuisines reflect where they live and their cultures, which for me, not only as a video game nerd, but as an anthropologist, I find that to be so beautiful and interesting. And it's recipes of things that you actually like make in the game, which I find hilarious. For instance, there was one that I like literally lost my shit over. Like I was showing Matt this and we were going bananas over some of these recipes. Like they had, so like there's things that you make literally over the stove in Skyrim with the ingredients you have. Like double baked potatoes is something you can make in Skyrim. Grilled leeks, like fun stuff like that. Like cabbage and apple soup. Cabbage and apple stew rather. Oh, this is the one that made me crack up. You can make festival hand pies, which is from the Bard's College celebration when you find that poem. Oh my god, so fun. Of course, there's like sweet rolls in it. Look at that. You can how fucking fun is that? Also, they have drinks. Like you can make skooma. If you think I'm not making skooma. This is just so beautiful. Thank you, Anthony. The map, the picture of the Dovahkiin, the Dragonborn. It's just such a fun book. I had this fun idea. I think I might have talked about this in another video. I had this fun idea of like how people cook their way through the Julia Child cookbook. I wanted to like vlog myself cooking my way through this cookbook once I move into my new apartment and I have access to my own kitchen. Please let me know if that's something you'd be interested in. I think that is something that Matt and I could do together, and I think it'd be so fun because everything in here is unique enough that I don't think I would think to make it for myself, but it's simple enough that I think that I can do it. Because Anthony and I were looking through the Fallout cookbook, which is one that I also do want to get, but a lot of those recipes were relatively simple and like things that I feel like I already know how to make. There's some good stuff in here, like leek and cheese crostadas. I think I could have some fun making some things that I wouldn't normally make. A sunlight souffle, which is from the Gourmet, which I find hilarious. I've geeked out so much over this book. I think it's so beautiful and so fun. Like I said, I'm such a Skyrim fan. I'm such a Bethesda fan. I love like all Bethesda games. Let me know what you think about me cooking my way through this cookbook. I'm so excited for this. This is one of the most thoughtful things anyone's ever given me. And then I bought a bunch of spooky books for myself when I was in New York. So for anyone who doesn't know, like I said, I talked about this in the Get Ready With Me. I am moving from New Jersey to New York. We are moving to a beautiful apartment in Albany. And like I have my spooky books behind me. I have a lot of spooky New Jersey books because that's like a thing in New Jersey. Is so weird that we literally have a magazine series called Weird New Jersey. Like New Jersey is so fucking weird and so old and so creepy. So I've been collecting New Jersey books. So I figured I might as well start my New York collection. So I have all books about creepy things in New York. I have Hudson Valley Haunts, Historic Driving Tours. It's all like spooky things in the Hudson Valley. Hudson Valley Curiosities, same thing, weird creepy things in the Hudson Valley region. Ghost of New York's Capital District, because if you didn't know, Albany is the capital of New York. That is where I am specifically moving to. I'm moving to Albany. And then like I just referenced Weird New Jersey, I got Weird New York. I'm so excited to put these on my coffee table in my new apartment. I'm excited to learn about all of the spooky things that exist where I'm going. I'm excited to take advantage of how spooky how spooky the East Coast is, because the East Coast is old as crap and there's so much creepy shit here. I don't know why. And then finally, when I was in Albany and we were taking a break from apartment hunting, we went to the New York State Museum and I got this little cute handmade mastodon because I love natural history and I had a lot of fun in that museum actually. So I picked up a little mastodon. Yay. And with that, I have made such a mess of all the shit everywhere. And with that, that is my, I guess this is now a yearly thing, buying everything on my wish list, birthday haul, makeup and beyond. Once again, I just want to say, I get that this is a lot of stuff. I'm so appreciative of it. I'm appreciative of the things that were gifted to me. I'm appreciative of the things that my loved ones bought for me. I'm proud of myself for working my fucking ass off and being able to buy myself the things I want to buy myself. I hope you took this all in good fun the way that I meant it to be. I just like sharing things with you guys. I like sharing the things that I'm bringing into my collection, sharing the makeup and the non-makeup things, seeing what you guys are interested in. It helps me make videos in the future. Like I've said 1,000 times in this video, if there's any specific thing you want a video on, don't hesitate to let me know. If you see that someone in the comments has already suggested it, thumbs it up so I see it and it pushes it to the top. But that is everything I have for this haul. Oh my gosh, oh, did I mention? I turned 27. I feel really good for 27. Just a side note. Like, I normally, sidebar, I talked about this in last year's birthday haul. Birthdays are normally a suck time of year for me. I get super depressed during my birthday. I get very grumpy and miserable. I buy myself stuff. People in my life buy me stuff to kind of like get me out of it. But this year, like, I feel pretty good. I'm 27. I'm going to be moving into my first real apartment. Matt and I are moving forward in our relationship. I feel very positive and happy with where we are and what we're doing. And this was like a really good birthday. I did bum out a little bit, but I had a lot of fun on my actual birthday. I went out with my coworkers and my friends who I love so much. I love the people I work with so much. We had so much fun. They're like family to me, and everyone, I'm so grateful for my loved ones. I'm grateful for my boyfriend Matt, who I love so much. I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful for my friends at work, like I said. I'm thankful for my friends I've met through YouTube. You guys know who you are. I just love you all so much. You've been so wonderful to me. And I'm thankful for you guys who watch me and who talk to me on Instagram and in the comments. I've gotten to be really close friends with a lot of you guys. And I'm just like, I'm happy with my life. And I feel like 27 is a good year. And I'm excited to be here. So thanks for experiencing my birthday with me one more time. If you like this video, if you like hauls, and if you like me, please hit like and subscribe. It means so much to me. You can also follow me on my Instagram, which is also Spookless and Fat Hips, to see what I am accumulating in real time and what I think about it when I'm not on YouTube. I'm very often active on there. Tell me what you want individual videos on down below, and just chat with me about your feelings about any product that I've talked about in this video. I love chatting with you guys. And that is everything I have. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye guys!